My hair looks kind of nice. I got it myself. Hi, this is Kazu. Join me on this series as I help you get started with digital art. I did that intro like 100 times. I cannot do it anymore. My face hurts from smiling and saying, hi, this is Kazu. And, like, hi, Kazu. Hi, everyone. I'm done. Every software will have its own design and user interface. A basic knowledge of certain tools will allow you to use any software easily. I personally use Clip Studio Paint. This is the interface of Clip Studio Paint. This icon right here can be used to open a pre-existing file, and this is used for a new file. Honestly, this was just an excuse to show you my new illustration. So these are the canvas settings. You can choose canvas size and resolution here. I personally always have it on A4 and I just keep switching between these. So these are also some presets that you can find. You can choose from here. This drop-down menu shows you the different resolutions. And here you can choose your measurement unit. You can also rename the file as per your choice. This button right here can be used to switch the orientation of the canvas. Alright, bare hand it is. On the left is the toolbar. This is the navigation window where you can scale or rotate the canvas. This is the color palette, and you can drag windows in CSP to move it wherever you like according to your preferences. This right here changes the shape of the palette or color picker. You can fix the color of your choice here for quick access, as I show you in this example. These indicate hue, saturation, and value respectively. Dragging this little circle from left to right can increase or decrease saturation. Moving it from top to bottom can increase or decrease value. And to change the hue, you can move this rectangle around the circle to get different colors. These are the different brush sizes. The maximum value is 2000 and the minimum value is 0.7. I usually have it around 10 to 15 for line art and 25 to 40 for sketches. These are the different default pens which vary according to the software you are using. You can also add new brushes or duplicate brushes or delete brushes with this icon. Moving on from the pen tool, we have brush, pencil, airbrush, decoration, eraser, blend tool, liquify tool, the bucket tool, and the gradient below it. These are the default Clip Studio Paint brushes. There are different settings for the eraser as well. These are the undo and redo buttons, which can be used to undo or redo an action of yours, as I show you in this example. You can use the blend tool to soften or smudge hard edges. The liquify tool can be used to transform and move your lines or sketches. This is a very convenient tool for correcting mistakes. The bucket tool, found right below the liquify tool, is used to fill spaces full of color. There are also different settings that you can choose from, and these give you different results. This is the layer window, and this is the tool properties. You have brush size, opacity, blending modes, hardness, thickness. These are all the settings that you can play with. Right next to it is the layer properties, and we'll look into all of these later on. This is how the layers work. You are given a background and a layer 1 by default. Do not draw on the background, draw on the first layer, and then you can keep adding on layers on top of it. Sliding this bar will allow you to adjust the opacity of the selected layer. You can add new layers here, create a new folder here, and this is the alpha lock. This is where you can clip your layers to another layer or the background, which I'll show you in a minute. And this drop down gives you all the different blending modes. To show you an example of how alpha lock or clipping layers work, I drew this black dot or a ball, and by turning on the alpha lock, I can choose any color and draw over it. The lines I have drawn will now not cross the already drawn pixels. This feature works in a single layer. However, if I add a new layer and clip it to the layer below, it basically does the same thing, but it separates the new drawing from the old one. This is very convenient for adding details which you might mess up, or adding shading to the skin, or etc. Now this is how the gradient tool works. You have all these settings. I usually choose the default foreground to transparent one, and you can choose any color, and just by dragging the tool across the page you can get a really smooth gradient. Now this can vary. You can do short strokes and get a very sharp gradient, or you can do these long strokes and do a very smooth large gradient, and this can be done from any direction on the canvas. You can go ahead and even blend two colors. As for the draw tool, there are different presets or settings you can choose from. I'll show you an example by doing the ellipse. So you drag and draw the ellipse, and you have to double click it, like click it again to set the rotation right. If you use a pen like me, you can adjust it according to your preferences. I set it to pan or scroll so I can zoom in, zoom out, and drag the picture across with my pen. Now those are some basic things which are pretty similar across every software that you can use. I'm going to show you an example with Ibis Paint. So this is the basic interface of Ibis Paint. You can click on My Gallery and this will show you all the artworks you have done. You can turn on cloud synchronization to save your artworks online. Now, clicking on this plus icon can give you all these presets similar to Clip Studio Paint, and you can choose your canvas size. This is what the interface looks like. Now you can adjust the brush thickness, opacity, just like in Clip Studio Paint. You have the brush icon and you can find all the other tools here which are pretty similar. The icon right next to the brush tool gives you a list of all the different brushes and pens, and let me tell you, these are all default. I think that's a really good thing of Ibis Paint. They give you a lot of brushes for free. This little black box here opens up the color palette and it's very similar, Once again, you have the hue, saturation and value settings, and you have these sliders down below which you can use to adjust the colors. This little icon right here opens up your layers settings, and you can navigate, you can rotate, you have alpha lock, transform, mirror or flip, and yeah, that's it. Using Ibis Paint makes me feel really nostalgic as it was the first digital art app I used. I hope we will be able to learn more in this series, so see you next time.